Hey guys, what is up? It is Mr. Diet Pepsi back here, and today we're actually on modded Minecraft. So this is gonna be a very weird series starting off, especially. So this mod pack is Celestial Journey. It's a pretty hefty mod pack, a really cool mod pack. Would definitely recommend checking it out. It's the successor to, I believe, Divine Journey, which this one's in 1.12. The other one was probably in 1.7. I don't think I even ever played Divine Journey, but I stumbled upon this one and my friends and I played it, etc. And so just generally, it's gonna be quite odd. Because frankly, I wasn't actually planning. I actually did plan on recording, but then my friends and I were just having a lot of fun with it and kind of just slipped from priorities and such. And so now a lot of my friends, it's kind of getting to the point where it's more or less boring, and like some of my friends are starting to not play it as much or whatnot, etc. So I thought, why not start uh recording and like keeping myself busy slash doing whatever. So we're hopping into here. I am quite a ways into the mod pack already, especially in just the almost grunt work type things. So we're kind of gonna get onto the almost more tutorial type stuff, which is actually probably for the best. Um, I have a lot of the early-ish, like a lot of the stuff that I have might actually seem quite late-ish game, but you guys have no idea. There's a lot of stuff left. So, um, I just recently have started building a new house because well, generally my old house is very small and I needed a lot more space to do, especially later game. So this is what I had come up with. um there's actually a lot more left to build, but I don't have the resources left, or just resources in general. um I'm gonna be making these giant rings, and I'll show you guys what I mean after this. I'll hop onto the single player world I built, and it's got some cool, interesting like rings, almost like a space station to an extent. But yeah, it goes all the way up. I still need to make the tippity top because it kind of got cut off in the builder, so I gotta fix that. Of course, gotta light a bunch of stuff up, but that's gonna be a decent ways away. But yeah, it's got some decent stuff. A lot of stuff still to go, but yeah, quarried out this entire area. I like the I don't even know what this biome is, magical forest. I like the magical forest, wanted to build in here, thought it would look nice, and it's gonna be pretty interesting. It's gonna be pretty monolithic, I think that, or gargantuan, whatever, one of those words. But yeah, one of the primary things that I needed to work on though was getting so I had worked just the other day on getting some seeds up and running, or up, just generally. So I've got water, fire, glowstone, nether quartz, redstone, sheep, copper, tin, lead, certus quartz, coal, obsidian. These are all pretty much all the seeds that I have at the moment. Not really primary resources, but for most of those, we're pretty good on those at the moment. Really, what we're gonna have to be working on is just crafting and getting stuff going. Less so, less so just resource based. But I wanted to get those up and running, especially the obsidian one, because as I'll show you guys in a bit, the rings on the outside are a mixture of obsidian and lava stone, and also the reason why I made the fire seeds, because if you use these, you can get fire essence, which you can combine around a bucket to get a lava bucket, and make lava stone. For those of you that don't know, to get it, you have to have 8 stone around 1 lava bucket. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, all in all, I mean, it's not going to be too terrible. It's going to be take a bit of time, but I want to get these seeds up and running. Just I mean, it's what I'm going to be doing later on in general. But so, oop, excuse me. Um, I quarried out. This is actually the entire place that I quarried out underneath, and then built around so that the whole platform seemed kind of seamless with the land. But I do have a lot of this area already quarried. Oh, excuse me again. Quarried out. Oh, there's a rainbow. Interesting. But so a lot of this area is already going to be quarried out. We're gonna maybe gonna expand this bottom area eventually, but for the moment, I believe this should be big enough for the farms that I want to build. Of course, we kind of have some problems here, as you guys can probably see, that we have a lot of lava, which is slightly a problem. Gonna try not to get hit into the lava by a skeleton or such. I don't think it would be a huge problem regardless, even if I did, but better safe than sorry. So we'll see if that takes care of it. I kind of doubt it. I'm assuming there's probably a secondary level. Oh, hello. Okay, mob spawner. Hello, mob grinder. Okay, it does look like there's a secondary level. Let's try to patch this up. There's also some tar over here that I'm gonna have to handle. This might be a recurring theme pretty often. Would be great if I had some sponges or such, but unfortunately I do not. I kind of might have made that just worse. I just wanted to see if there was anything else. Looks like that should be decently good. You know what? I just realized though. Man, this rainbow, I kind of want to try to kill it. It feels bad. They're pretty cool, but they drop some cool stuff. And can you chill? Jesus. I've never actually killed one before. I had one actually captured before, but yeah, so they drop this, which is a healing stone, which if you click on it, it heals all your health, or 10 health, which I don't really know if it, in this game mode, if it actually heals all your health or just 10 hearts. We'll see. Hopefully this stays chunk loaded while we go around, but that should be hopefully good. The lava actually, you know, when I'm thinking about this, I need to, I was just thinking about this. I need to, make a, the thing that I didn't even think about. This area in the middle is going to be for farms and pathways. I think I'm only making 4 farms for the moment and a 3x3 pathways. So I think this fit it all if I made the dimensions correct. However, I did kind of forget that I actually needed to make a wall. So let's go up and change this clearing quarry card. Let's make it solid or hollow, I mean. Let's do 29 instead by 29. So that should just get the outside. Now let's turn on the support blocks and check it out. Seems to be getting the outline as far as I can see. Yep, looks like that should be good. Did I fill in the over here? I did not. I meant to do that. I need to go do that real quick. Turn off if I can get up here. These updating blocks are really lagging me right now. Oh, that's just oh, that's funny actually. That's great. Go over here. We need to oh, hello, sirs. You guys wanna come in here, be my guest? Okay, can I please? There we go. Alright, I'm not sure if that'll be enough. The lava shouldn't flow back out. The tar might. I think there might be one source block that might, depending on how far down it goes. But oh well. So let's just flick this back on. It's both getting power from here, which I need to put more in. This thing generates a lot of power, 1200 RF per tick, and these generate about 160 RF per tick per. So I've got a decent amount of power generation for this, so this shouldn't take long at all. But if we want to go down, we can look. See, it's going quite quickly. Let's see, did this? Nope, didn't expose anything there. That's very nice. That's what we like to see. Bye, buddy. So it's taking out that side. Already finished this entire side, so that's great. This is still flowing down, which will be interesting. Did it take out anything down here that's exposing? Okay, some water. We might have to deal with that later. Thankfully, oh, apparently it's got some generated cobblestone down there. We might have to deal with that later too. That's okay. But yeah, getting this all done and quarried out. I'm not entirely sure what blocks we're actually going to use still, or even what Y level we're going to use. I was imagining using a very low Y level, because I'd like to, what we actually had played this mod pack a little bit beforehand on another server. The problem that we had, especially in the farming department that we did. Oh, Joseph's on. Cool. I might hop into Discord with him in a minute. But the problem with the farming that we had was that there was either two things that you could use to increase growth. You could either use a sprinkler, one of these, but especially in mass farms, each of these could only fertilize or just help grow about 48 crops. So when you're talking like hundreds or even 500 plus crops, each of these sprinklers, even on low effects, low particles, each of them shower out water particles all in a circle. And even with low effects, it still was a lot of particles. Oh, another rainbow. I'm gonna leave you alone. So that was a problem. So we wanted to go to growth accelerators to decrease the lag. However, when we used a bunch of growth accelerators, we're not even sure if it's just the pure amount of see, I don't know if you guys can see this very well, but there is an animation on the growth accelerator block. We weren't sure if it's just the legitimate magnitude and how many growth accelerator blocks that we had and the animations updating every second, like thousands of animations changing every couple seconds. So that might have been the problem, or it could have been because we had so many growth accelerators, the crops animations changing as well. So regardless, either one of those things, we're gonna have growth accelerators this time, and oh, whoops. Um, I wanted to have them as far away from my house or out of my like render kind of as possible. I'm not at all entirely sure if it'll work, just me having them as far away like downwards wise, if this will work or not. If I am still getting a large amount of frame lag with the crops down here updating, and I'm also trying to minimize how many crops I have. Like last time we went way overboard. We had way too many resources, which was nice, but at the same time just ridiculous. Oh boy, that's gonna be interesting. But yeah, so this time I'm gonna minimize it a lot more because I really don't need that many resources, especially right now. Maybe eventually, but I don't need them that much. So we're gonna work on that this time, and we'll see how it goes. If it's too laggy still, we can find a new spot and make some farms there, and chunk load it, and then just leave it there and try to go there minimal amounts. But yeah, so once this is done, I'm gonna work on some setting up some farms, and we'll be back. Once I've actually figured out a design, figured out how much space I want to leave for growth accelerators, that type of thing. And so we'll be back, guys. Alright, guys, before we actually get to that last part, or get back to the farm, this is actually what I was trying to talk about. It looks pretty interesting. I like it, honestly. It's definitely weird. It's definitely not probably the best I could make it, but, I thought it looked pretty interesting. It's a pretty monumental, gargantuan structure. It's gonna look pretty crazy, like, it does look a little, little interesting, but I think it's pretty cool, and it'll give me a lot of space to actually do stuff. Not entirely sure what I'll do with the space in here, but I mean these are large areas. I don't know what I'm gonna put in here, but it's pretty interesting. And then I'll be able to actually, what I'm thinking is kind of making pathways across, and then almost like mixing in the blocks and like slowly like blending the two patterns as they move across and having like platforms all within here. And then of course on the actual server I have the whole basalt floor. Excuse me, sorry. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. I'm not sure. And the entrance ways and stuff, and it's also odd blocks. I fixed that. This is even, which I hadn't even realized for a while. Don't like that. Like the even, like the odd, like the odd. But anyways, this is what this is like. Now let's go, we can also check out my own home real quick, what I have currently, which is extremely small, pretty, in my opinion, like, it's, pretty compact and pretty set up pretty well considering the circumstances. I didn't want to make it excessively large, or I didn't want to just go all underground or such. But so this is my starter house. I built this, like, literally first day. Um, I even have like my first chest with random crap in here. I have oh, that's interesting. I don't know why that's there. But Joseph Jack 315. I have his mini me and I stole it. It's my bed, a lot of random stuff. My alchemy area. my Botania flower storage, my ME system slash drives, water, XP obelisk. My mines are down there. Um, Up here we have the Botania area, we have the alchemy area, and our small villager trading area. So as you guys can see, it's pretty cluttered. It's pretty cluttered. And for those of you that have actually played this mod pack, you might be wondering where my portals are. Here are my portals in my little housing area. Um, Icica, Eden, and Wildwood got me a little sneaky lever. Nobody knows how to get in there. We got my initial food farm, sugarcane, my redstone, which is most of my main power. I could definitely just use solar panels, but frankly, I just can't be asked most of the time. I've been using solar panels mostly to run quarries and such 24/7, and it works pretty well. Um, and, redstone, I typically have an enervation dynamo over here and just toss some redstone in there every once in a while whenever I'm on, especially so that my ME system isn't running all the time. Not that that's a problem, just I suppose it is a waste of power. But yeah, so my moderate farm there, and then I've got my sheep over here, and that's about it. It's pretty humble considering, I mean, I'm already practically a ways into the mod pack. I've got a flux infused jet plate, got an Eden blade which does total 24-ish damage. I'm already, you know, practically what this is a tier 4 blood altar into Botania. It's an interesting time. And then I don't know if I had even shown you guys this, but this mod pack is heavily quest based. It's um it's not at all restrictive of quests. Like you don't have to do the quest, but the quests are nice. They can give you little rewards here and there and such, but it's also a very good just guiding. So like but this mod pack is really cool. Like I like it just in the fact that like Draconic is kind of weird because you're already OP by the time that you get OP stuff, but at the same time it's still cool. But like for instance, to get to Draconic evolution, like just to get a Draconic core, this is the killer. You need cold iron, which is obviously very easy. I don't know why I'd even say that. Oh wait, is it? Oh no, this is a different I was thinking of a different cold iron. Okay, apparently this is pretty difficult. To get cold iron, you need frostfire. To get frostfire, you need a distillery. And to get into bewitchment, you also need these. You need a distillery, which is a runic matrix, and you also still need like fluorite, which is interesting. Mortem, so you have to finish divine RPG. Fluorite, I don't even know. Fluorite, you also have to finish Botania and get into a bewitchment a little bit for runic matrix. You have to get into Botania and finish most of Thaumcraft, or get a decent bit into Thaumcraft rather. It's really interesting, and that's only one part of it. Then you need to basically finish all of like Divine RPG. You need to finish all of Thaumcraft. You need to finish all of Bewitchment, finally to get to Draconic. So especially for somebody like me who a lot of the time has only ever done just technology, because like I was like it always seemed fun to just get technology, get easy resources, and like it's somewhat simple, kind of straightforward, and then you could set up automation, those types of things. I never really went for the magic, but this mod pack forces you to do it, to get to like the late game, technology and everything. So it's very interesting, and I like it a lot. But it's still very, very difficult, and we don't even want to talk about the creative slash end game type of stuff. But yeah. So, you can look at like Blood Mage. I'm pretty far deep into it. We need to get to the Gem of the Demon. Gem of the Demon, however, needs an Elysian ingot, which for that you need Terra Steel. For Terra Steel, you need a Terrestrial Agglomeration plate, which is basically more or less the end part of Botania. For a Terrestrial Agglomeration, I can't remember. I'm pretty sure we need a Runic Altar, but we need a power bases, which are rough times just generally. I needed like one of these, I think, for something before. That took a while. I need 3 for that one. But so that's going to be more or less what we need to work on next. But for now, I need to basically I need to pretty much finish setting up-ish my house. and then start moving over stuff. So that'll be interesting because I'm actually going to be able to show you guys the setup and how a lot of this type of stuff works, and we'll be able to go through that. Of course, I'm not going to be building a lot of it, but like, or I'm not going to be creating a lot of it, but I'm going to be doing the setups and everything, and you guys can see how it works. I also have a mob duplicator down here, which I'm not even going to go into it, but we have a pumpkin spider. Typically, that would be a cyclops, because for those of you that don't play this mod pack, you need a lot of cyclops eyes for a lot of things in blood magic, which gets a little really rough when only like a couple of them spawn, and each time you kill one, you only get about 3 eye shards. When you need 16 eyes, you need to kill like 48, 60 something fucking Cyclopses. It's kind of rough time. I also have a tad bit of ME crafting already set up. Just general little stuff, just to make my life a little bit easier in a couple of ways. Making, I can make vibrant capacitor banks, I can make machine frames, machine casings, like, I can make, so yeah, this is the machine frame. It's very difficult. That can be used for a lot of later game stuff. I can make a vibrant capacitor bank, which is also used for that. And then all of my ME type stuff, I can make more patterns, etc. So it just makes my life a little bit more seamless. I can also just automatically craft like different stuff, not that type of stuff, but like I need to put dark steel in here, but electrical steel, energetic alloy, vibrant alloy, etc. Just makes my life a little bit easier. But yeah. Oh, there's 3 Cyclopses there, but as we can see, I can one-shot them. But they don't spawn that often, but from those 3, we get 7 shards, so not even a single eye. And for a lot of recipes, you need to make like, you need so many eyes later game. It's ridiculous. But anyways, oh, and then I have my Ender Lily farm up here just because I didn't have any other space. Anyways, so we are now, I'm going to go back and work on the farms, and that'll probably be it for this episode. Once we actually farm up a lot of stuff, I can start actually working on the rest of the building. And then while that's working, I can maybe also start trying to transfer some types of stuff over from the the crap, the my main house. All right, so we'll see you guys then. Alright guys, so we are back. I've made some decent progress here. I set up the farms. I think they look pretty decent. I still have quite a bit of work to do and just in general with them. We have set up the plant gatherers. Really tonight it's quite late at night, and so I've set up this kind of scuffed setup, but for the moment it'll work. Um, just trying to get the base stuff set up and working and such. So like I got glowstone setup because frankly I keep getting so low on that, so I just thought I might get it up as well. Redstone, I'm going off of basically self-powered off of an enervation engine, so I'm letting that fill up a bit, and then once this has gotten quite high, I can then like turn on the extract and it should be self-sufficient. I just don't want it to extract everything because at the moment I don't have one of the keys on me. I don't really want to go back to the base and grab one of the drawer keys. They really aren't hard to make. I just really don't want to go back. They're really not hard. Anyways, so we set this up. I'm pretty happy with the design. I was keeping to the same design as up top is going to be the weathered brick basalt floor. I switched up the marble just because I wanted it a little bit different. Was thinking about doing pillars, but for the moment I'm going to keep it as is. Set it up. There's also, so I'm using chiseled glowstone for lighting up and stuff. I'm also, which is gonna take a long time, but I'm gonna use basalt chiseled to cover up the dirt so that it looks better. Even though I don't even know why I care about the design of this farm because I'm not really gonna be down here that much. But I don't know. I think it looks nice. Anyways, this setup is very scuffed right now. I'm definitely not going to keep it as it is. I just don't really have the materials or my whole setup to actually like, set it up to the point where I actually like it. I'd love to have these draw controllers up in some type of level up at the top and not down here, and maybe have all the redstone type system set up down underneath here, like in these 3x areas, and then having the power all set up out of the area. But for the time being, we're gonna have the drawer controller, this stuff set up. I am going to we have also emerald upgrades in all of them. Oh, I didn't even mean to do that. Anyways, so we're gonna put just toss this in a couple. I'll make 2 more drawers. Obsidian. I don't, as you guys probably should know, considering I think it should be in the same episode. It's been quite a few hours. It's quite late. I didn't really want to finish up and like make this all pretty, so I just kind of keeping with it for now. But as you guys saw earlier, the design is going to be a lot of obsidian. So I just want to get this, I think like close to 100,000 blocks or so of it. It's going to be interesting. So I want to get that going. I would also like to have the fire essence or fire crops set up, but I'll work on those tomorrow. It's not a big deal. I'm not going to need even close to as much lava stone as I do obsidian. Like it's like 1 to 20 like ratio wise, so I think I'll be okay. But yeah, I got the obsidian. It's growing over here. These are the only 2 plant gatherers that are actually activated and have energy. Um, Although I am actually going to take out that range add-on for now so that these can kind of grow. I might use the watering can to get them fully grown. Apart from that though, that's about it. It looks nice generally. So behind the scenes, we have drawer controller at the bottom. Then in this drawer, we have a item conduit going out into an auto crafter, a mechanical crafter. Very simple. I typically use these at the beginning just because they're very easy to make, extremely easy. Like I'll show you they can only take 1 recipe, but for the time being, just to get redstone so that we have infinite power, it works. Very, very, very simple. But yeah, so if we go underneath, of course we still have the bottom area with the I don't actually know if I showed this earlier. Anyways, we have the bottom area. This is gonna be gosh, what are they called? Growth accelerators. We're gonna have up to 8 of them, I think is good. I think 6 would be good, but I just did 8 just in case. We're gonna have the wiring going under the platforms, but yeah, so we have our enervation dynamo down under here. For the moment, I have blocks of redstone in here. Eventually, it'll take out the just normal redstone. I would have liked to have blocks of redstone, but it's fine. We'll work out kinks later. This should be fine for now. Anyways, yeah, so we have the energy going in and stuff getting withdrawn out of here. Same thing over here. We're also going to connect up the other 2, but for the moment, this enervation dynamo, I didn't really care to upgrade it tonight because we don't even have that many crops anyways. So it can only output 80 RF per tick, and considering both of these are using 40 RF per tick, if I did any more, it just wouldn't work very well. So just gonna keep it with these 2 for now. We'll set them up, everything up tomorrow. But yeah, so that's about it. I'll update you guys on, or that should be probably the end of the episode. We're getting going. We're gonna have more of these, probably 4 planters per level. It's a lot of machine frames and everything, but I think it's better in the long run, especially if we're gonna have a ton of like 8 growth accelerators under each of these. If we want to have the thing harvested at all times, we're gonna need. Jeez, I am very tired. To have smaller plots so that it can actually harvest all of it before it regrows. I don't even think we'll be able to, regardless, even with the speed upgrades and such. We haven't, of course, made those yet, but anyways, so we'll get that going. All stuff set up tomorrow. For the time being, it's going pretty well. Is this guy not harvesting, or what's going on here? And should be working. It just doesn't kind of seem like it is. I don't know. I mean, it's harvesting some, but it just seems very slow for whatever reason. Like, phenomenally slow. Anyways, we'll figure it out. But yeah, it's going pretty well overall. Not too terrible. Um, but yeah, this is how it's gonna be. We got the second level set up a little bit. Gonna extend all the way up here. We should have, because the growth accelerators actually travel, I think it's 62 blocks up. So that means if we have 8 of them, it should travel about 54 blocks up. So that should be about the entire height from the bottom up to the bottom level-ish area. So it should work pretty well, hopefully. Yeah, that's about it for today. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned a little bit of something here and there or whatever. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.